Hello. I wanted to pop on and do a video here really quick because boy have things taken a really interesting turn if you're within the Destiny 2 community and you play the game. Things have changed substantially so. It seems an awful lot like when Diablo 4 launched. Now, I've played Diablo 4. I still play it. I like the game. But it seems an awful lot like when Diablo 4 launched. All of a sudden, a bunch of people who play Destiny 2 and liked the game, all of a sudden had some knives. They turned around and they produced a blade and they stabbed it into the back of this game that they've been playing for years. And it kind of blows my mind, actually. Astacross is a Destiny 2 YouTuber that I like. I watch a lot of his videos. I've watched every single one of his videos since I found him, the new videos, and gone back and watched some of the old ones. And he put a video out, I think it was 2 days ago, on Bungie, on Destiny 2, and he said it's become a microtransaction hell. Now I'm going to paraphrase a lot of this because I don't have the video pulled up right here, but he went through and he basically criticized, for about a half an hour, he criticized Destiny 2 and Bungie and the way that they handle things. Now I want to start this by saying that everybody is entitled to an opinion on what they think is going too far as microtransactions are concerned, right? That's fair. I want to then go next and say that no, sorry, my cat had to video bomb us. This is Mr. Boo. Say hi, Mr. Boo. Hi. If you're gonna sit there, buddy, you need to sit down. Anyway, everyone's entitled to he was perfectly fine on the bed sleeping, and then I come to do this, and he decides he's got to start doing laps. Everyone's entitled to an opinion, right? But I have some disagreements with Cross, and I want to state from the beginning before I get into the disagreements. I do agree with him that raising the season price, or the season pass cost, was silly. There really wasn't any good reason for that. What else did he talk about in there that I agreed with? The bundles on Steam is crazy. That is actually absurd. The fact they're still selling the Forsaken bundle is nutty. Like, you can't play the campaign anymore. It's been deprecated. You can't play it. There's access to exotic weapons in there, but like the campaign itself is gone. So you can't, like, the main draw of it is gone. I agreed with him there. Where I disagreed, though, is he said that the biggest disagreement that I had with him was the season pass thing. That really blew my mind that he went on to say that the season pass has become pay to win. Again, everyone's entitled to an opinion. That struck me as so out of touch. It was almost like mind-blowing. The season pass is not pay to win. You can buy ranks in season pass so that you can get things. So you don't have to play all the way through. You can buy it from the day of the launch, which is a change that they made. Before it wasn't like that. And Cross went on to say that it's pay to win because there's upgrade modules and resource bundles and legendary shards and weapons and things in the game that or in the past that incentivize people buying it. And he said that makes it pay to win. And I'm like, no, you have thousands of hours in this game. How can you sit there and say that the season pass stuff makes the game pay to win? You can get those same materials from other things in the game, from vendors in the game. Pay to win. You can get weapons that roll in the same family with perks that are as good or better without having to get the season's pass. Are you really going to say that harmonizers are pay to win? You have to have 5 weapons. There's 6 of them in the season pass, 3 in the free track, 3 in the paid track. Are you seriously going to sit there and say that knowing that there are 6 total in the pass and it takes 5 to get a pattern, that's pay to win? That's pay to win. Is there a weapon in Destiny 2 that you can craft that's pay to win? I don't know if there is one. I haven't heard one at all. That would have made news. People would have been talking about it. Upgrade modules are pay to win. Legendary shards are pay to win. How does that work? It's almost like because there are incentives so that you buy the season's pass, that somehow makes it pay to win. Here's my thing. To all of you people who who all of a sudden have just decided to shit on Bungie. I'm not saying that Bungie is perfect. Not at all. Bungie, there's definitely issues that they seriously need to work on fixing. And I'm not saying that all of the monetization choices that they've made have been good choices. And I'm certainly not saying that they've all been choices that benefit the community. Not at all. But I am going to say this. Bungie is a business. They have to make money. They have to make money to pay everybody who works for them, to pay for the facility that they work in, all of the overhead, and also still turn a profit, to then invest into Destiny 2, to then invest into Final Shape, to then invest into Marathon, to then invest into Matter, or whatever else they're working on. They have to make money. You might not like the way that they make money, and you can choose not to spend your money in the game. That seems to be the easiest fix to this. If you don't like the way that Destiny 2 is monetized, don't pay any money. I don't understand this crusade that is happening against Bungie now, where anything they have done to incentivize people to spend money is somehow bad. Somehow makes Bungie bad. I hate to break it to people who don't understand how economics works, but in a market, in a free market, incentives are the most important thing that there is. Because if you do not have a means, as a company, to incentivize people to buy your product, they won't buy it and you will fail. Are we people... Now, I paid for Destiny 2. I paid for the game. I wasn't a free-to-play player. I bought it at launch. Alright? When it went free-to-play, I was a little miffed about that because I'd spent money to play this game. Okay? Are we seriously going to say, as people who buy, say, the annual passes, or we buy a season's pass, or the people who pay in this game to play this game, are we seriously arguing that the season pass should contain no incentives, period, no good weapons, no upgrade materials, no ascendant shards, no harmonizers, no legendary shard, none of that stuff? Are we seriously going to say that? Are we also going to seriously say that we should not, as people who pay to play, or at least pay to play certain content, that we should be at the exact same footing all of the time as the free-to-play crowd who invest nothing in this game and benefit nobody? Not throwing shade on free-to-play players. They might not want to spend money in this game and just turn it on every now and again for a good time. That's fine. But there are other people who really are invested in the franchise and care a lot about it. Why are these two things equivalent for? If you spent money... Let me ask you a question. If you were going to go to a concert, and you go to the concert and you bought your tickets months in advance. You paid $150, $200 for these tickets, right? See some headline star, right? Morgan Wallen, Jelly Roll, Blake Shelton, whoever it might be. $200 a ticket. And you rock up to the main gate and you hand your ticket into the guy or whoever it is at the gate attending or checking people in or whatever. And he tells you to go on in, this is your seat over here or whatever. And then somebody else, before you even get past, you get to the other side of the gate and you turn around and the guard just waves somebody else in. And you ask, you're like, well, hold on, what about with the you asked the guy that they just waved in like, oh wow, that was really fast. Did you how much did you pay for your tickets, or when did you buy your tickets? And he'll say, oh no tickets. They let me in for free. They let me in for free. I didn't have to pay anything. They let me in. Are these two things the same? Should these two people get the same thing? You paid money for a product. Should you not then get that product and maybe an incentive because you paid for the product versus the person who didn't pay for it? I don't understand. Are you just asking for the game to be worse for everybody? Are you asking for the genuine free to play experience? I don't want that shit. I don't understand. I don't understand all of a sudden the knives out for Bungie. They have to make money. If you don't like the way that they're doing it, don't spend money in the game. It's really fucking simple. It's really fucking simple. It's the same fucking thing as if you turned the goddamn TV on and something was playing that you didn't want to watch. Rather than demand that the service provider take that shit off the TV, you could just change the channel. I don't understand. Dado did a video reacting to Cross's video. And I think his take was the best. He called out issues that are genuine issues that Bungie needs to fix. And then he also was more than willing to come out and say that there was a lot of hyperbole in the video. Cross was being hyperbolic. He was just, for whatever reason, woke up in a bad mood and decided he just wanted to shit all over the game that has given him the opportunity to do what he does for a living. He has a dream job that most people in the real world would love to have. And it strikes me as really, I don't want to say disloyal, because that's not the right word for it, but it seems an awful lot like an absence of gratitude. An absence of gratitude. To turn around and lay everything you possibly can out where the company makes money as being bad. My proposal to anybody who has who says that Bungie bad because Bungie make money would be one of two things: start a company and provide no incentives for customers to buy your product, and see how long you last. You'll fail miserably. 2, propose a season's pass model that you think is better than what we've got. Again, the season pass in particular, that really irritated me. So I'm going to hone in on that one. If you think that the season pass, the way that it is in the game right now, is pay to win, provide an alternative solution to what we currently have that offers weapons, cosmetics, legendary shards, ascendant, what do they call it? Ascendant shards, upgrade modules, resource bundles. Take all of that stuff that is so-called pay to win out of it and rework it somehow to incentivize people who want to play your game. I mean, if it's so bad, if it's pay to win, come up with a better model. But it has to be marketable, and it has to include an incentive, series of incentives. Otherwise, no one's going to buy it. That's the thing. None of y'all criticizing this have any idea how incentives work in the marketplace. None. This is not exclusive to Destiny. This is not something that only Destiny, only Bungie does. And it could be so much worse. Bungie added weapon crafting to Destiny 2. Imagine if they pulled a Fallout 76 and they said, hey, by the way, these crafted weapons, we're going to make it so that they degrade over time, and you have to repair them. But the only way you can repair them is you have to buy it from Eververse. It's the only way to get a repair kit or whatever, a repair module for your weapons that you've crafted in the game, that you've invested resources and time, got 5 patterns, upgraded, got your god roll. Your god roll deteriorates from the moment you craft it. It's deteriorating. So when you put that new set of perks on there for your god roll, it's deteriorated already, and if you want it to be fixed, you have to pay Eververse silver in order to get it. That's what Fallout 76 is like. You cannot repair weapons in Fallout 76 unless you go to their store and you buy money to buy atoms to buy the repairs. Or what about Diablo 4? What about if Bungie were to come out and say, we've heard the Destiny player base's concerns. So what we're going to do is, for every season going forward from season 23 on, we are going to make it so that you cannot play any of the seasonal content unless you start a new character. Now, for the pay-to-win crowd, that might not be a problem. Or the pay-to-play crowd. The free-to-play crowd. Because it's free-to-play, right? But the pay-to-play folks, the folks who bought the game from the beginning, that would be a problem. And the community Twitter would burn to the ground with people angry about the fact that Bungie made that change. All y'all out here complaining about Bungie, complaining about Destiny. All I have to say is, they have to make money. If you don't like it, don't pay for it. It's that simple. It's that simple. But coming out here and flaming the game and talking about how it's dying and this is its death knell and all this, Bungie literally pulled a rabbit out of a hat and saved Destiny 2 from literal death years ago. Years ago. The player count is high. The involvement is high. It's not going anywhere. I'm not saying it's a perfect system, but what I am saying is that it is really disheartening to see especially somebody like Astacross, come out and just slam a business for making money. They have to do it. They have to make money. I'm not saying that they're doing it the best way, but I am saying that it's not this grandiose scheme against the players that they're making it out to be. Trim up the Steam bundles, get the Forsaken pack out of there, take the season price back to what it was, and we're good. Season passes themselves are not pay to win. Buying levels in them are not pay to win. That is silly. That is absurd. That's it. I'm out. Otherwise, I'm just lose it if I keep thinking about this. So, adios.